certainly glad you could join me today.
Mika and Matthew make up the exotic synth-pop duo known as Magdalena Bay. They met each other in high school at an after-school program in North Miami, Florida. They soon started dating and then making music together. Mika joined Matt's band, Tabula Rasa, where Mika sang and played keyboard, and Matt played guitar and mixed and produced the songs. The two were eventually separated due to the fact that they attended different colleges. Mika went to the University of Pennsylvania, and Matt went to Northeastern. They reconnected one winter break with the hopes of starting a new project, and what started as something that was casual and experimental and unserious turned into them making some seriously good pop music. They never even considered making pop music at all before, but considering they made 20-minute prog rock songs, they figured that making pop music wouldn't be all that hard. In fact, they thought it would be super easy. In 2016, Magdalena Bay was born. The name comes from Maggie Bay, who was an admin that would occasionally email Matt at his IT job. They used contemporary pop artists at the time like Grimes, Charlie XCX, Chairlift, all as inspiration for that genre-bending kind of pop sound that they wanted to create. They soon released their debut single, Vok Pop, and you wouldn't be able to tell that this was Magdalena Bay if you randomly heard this somewhere, but it's definitely not the worst thing ever. I mean, you could see that there's some potential in Mika's voice and in Matt's production. You could see that there is definitely some talent there, and honestly, if it was just a little more polished, I feel like it could have been a 2010s hit. Turns out though, the process of making good pop music wasn't as easy as they thought it would be, and it would take some more time for them to get the feel of it. Their earlier stuff was decent, but it was just lacking that something. After moving to LA and struggling through day jobs, performing terrible gigs at nearly empty venues every night, Matt injuring his arm and having to play keyboard with one hand, a publishing deal that fell through, they started to get desperate because they were stagnating and started to upload quick 1-minute music videos to songs on YouTube. This led them to creating their mini mix series, which contains some of their most fun and innovative work that they've ever made. Aesthetically in general, they are just so creative. A lot of their visuals feel like some shit you would wake up to on Adult Swim at 3:34 a.m. when you were a kid, and you could tell it's a lot less serious than their actual releases, and so they're able to have a lot more fun with it, and people actually connected with these songs more than their actual releases. Their YouTube uploads and this mini mix series ended up getting them a record deal with Luminell Records, and on their 2020 EP, A Little Rhythm and Wicked Feeling, they finally found that something, and you could see they were beginning to find their sound. Their debut album, Peculiar World, fully polished that vision and is their most genre-bending, creative, and innovative work to date. Well, it was. Until their newest album, Imaginal Disc, managed to blow even that album out of the water. And it might just be the album of the year. You probably won't hear these songs on the radio, and you won't see these two at the Grammys. But Matt and Mika are pushing the boundaries of pop music production. And you should care. Imaginal Disc, conceptually, sonically, visually, is just unlike anything else that I've heard this year. It's so refreshing and absolutely deserves all of the praise that it's been getting. It doesn't even feel like I'm listening to an album. It feels like I'm entering somebody's dream world. It's just such a great album, and it shows so much artistic growth from Matt on the production and Mika with their vocals, just fitting it all so well. You truly couldn't ask for a better follow-up album to what was already such a strong debut album, but somehow they did, and they outdid themselves. And just laughing in the face of the sophomore slump.